If you haven't watched my Sands of Time review yet, start with that first, so you're caught up on everything that's going on, because I'm going to be referencing that game a few times. So with that out of the way, welcome to Prince of Persia, Warrior Within. Before I begin, there are major spoilers during this video, just to let you know. So turn back now if you haven't played this yet, which in that case you have no clue what you're missing out on. But for those who have played it, if I leave anything important out, please let me know in the comments. And keep in mind, my outlook in this video is strictly opinion and nothing more. So let's get started. Warrior Within picks up 7 years after we last followed the prince through the Sultan's palace in Azad. When the prince performed the Grand Rewind by stabbing the dagger into the hourglass, he created a time demon known only as the Dahaka. The Dahaka is a demon sent by time itself to erase the prince, since whoever unleashes the sands must die. With little sleep and always on the run, the prince has donned a darker attitude and appearance. Gone is the prince we remember from the Sands of Time. Tired of being chased by the demon, he visits a seer who tells him of the island and the birthplace of the Sands of Time, but that he cannot change his fate. Destined to prove him wrong, he sets out for the Island of Time with the amulet Farah gave him in his timeline from the first game. On his way there, his ship is attacked by pirates led by a woman named Shad-He. During the battle, the prince's ship is destroyed and he is knocked unconscious. When he awakes, he finds himself on the mysterious Island of Time. While searching for the Empress of Time, he comes across a sand portal that transports him back in time when the palace was still inhabited. The prince finds a woman named Kylina fighting Shad-He. The prince kills Shad-He and saves Kylina, but she warns him to leave the island. Along his adventure, the prince encounters a weird creature. The prince makes it to the Hourglass Room to find the Sands of Time being created. Kylina explains that the throne room door will only open when you activate the two towers, the mechanical tower and the garden tower. You can do either one first, but I do recommend the garden tower. It's definitely a lot easier. After activating the two towers, the prince meets Kylina at the throne room to face the Empress of Time and destroy her. Kylina locks him in the throne room and reveals she is the Empress of Time. She then explains that she saw her death at the hand of the prince and is trying to change her fate as well. The prince kills Kylina, but her death creates the Sands of Time. The prince now realizes he was the one to create them by killing her. Having a close call with the Dahaka, now in the past timeline, the prince learns about an artifact called the Mask of the Wraith. It allows the wearer to travel back in time to alter the timeline further. He decides to kill Kylina in the present, which is 7 years after the events of the first game, making it like he never released the sands in Azad. The prince puts on the mask and realizes he is the weird creature he was seeing all along. This is when the prince realizes Kylina had sent Shad-He to kill the prince on his ship before he even reached the island. The prince gets to the throne room and forces Kylina into the present through a sand portal. Now this is where there's two different endings. If you did not collect all of the health upgrades, you'll face off with the Empress one more time and kill her in the present. The Dahaka comes and erases the Empress and the amulet from the timeline. The canon ending is if you did collect all the health upgrades, you unlock the Water Sword. Armed with the sword, the Dahaka attacks Kylina and tries to erase her from the present because she doesn't belong in that timeline. But the prince defeats the Dahaka with the sword. And then Kylina and the prince sail to Babylon, and the prince has a vision of his city under attack, setting up for the next game, The Two Thrones. There aren't any unlocks after beating the game, but you can find treasure chests around the island that unlock artwork and character sketches. If you defeat the Dahaka with the canon ending, you can unlock some additional illustrations. It's pretty cool to browse through these, but it isn't much compared to the Sands of Time, where you can unlock the first two original Prince of Persia games. The Dahaka chases are a great addition. You get chased a lot through the temple and have to outrun him to safety. Sometimes the camera angle makes it a little hard to see where you're going, allowing the Dahaka to catch you. The controls have been revamped to improve the combat. I still had issues with climbing walls and platforming, but I did find it easier to combat enemies. With the addition of grabbing a secondary weapon from a defeated enemy. The addition of sand portals gives the game more challenge, as traps that don't work in the present, being broken down and dilapidated from just time itself, now work in the past, and the temple feels more alive. It's cool to see the comparison of how time has taken its toll on the temple. The section as a sand wraith is challenging as well. Your health drains slowly, but your sand blocks regenerate. The challenge lies in traversing the halls and avoiding traps. I do feel, however, this part was a little too long, and it got really repetitive after just a little bit. The medallion the prince has allows him to rewind time like in the first game, also called the recall. This time around, you earn sand blocks and the sand powers by using the sand portals at different points in the game. Here are some of the powers. Prince of Persia Warrior Within is my favorite of the series because of the darker tone, the music, and its semi-non-linear style of gameplay. The only issues I do have with this game are not having a companion like Farah in the Sands of Time. Some of the game could have been shortened during the Wraith part, and if you don't know anything about the alternate ending and collecting the health upgrades, you can miss a few right at the beginning. Other than that, it's a really good game with a darker tone, the Dahaka, and the story. Check it out if you haven't already. It's worth a playthrough or two. And let me know what you guys thought of this review. I love hearing from you guys. Also, please share this on your social media if you did enjoy it. Make sure you guys subscribe for more content. I try to release a video or two a month in my spare time. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and you can join me on my quest to own every NTSC original Xbox release. I'll put the links in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep on collecting and keep on gaming. I'm Veteran Gamer.